Hello everyone, this is Lynette from ClaimWizard, and I wanted to put together some information that might help you during some of these crazy and trying times during the COVID-19 coronavirus epidemic across the United States and the world. Putting together some of my 20 plus years of experience of working with public adjusters to see if it can help you dealing with your clients and also taking time to build stronger business and relationships so when we're done with this, we can all come out stronger. So if you're curious about who I am, if you haven't come across ClaimWizard before, ClaimWizard has been creating software for the public adjusting industry since the 1990s. I've personally worked with clients one-to-one through Hurricane Katrina and all of that, and we kind of halted our growth on purpose because we were sharing our software solution with clients one-to-one, and then we realized when Superstorm Sandy hit, we wanted to help as many people as possible. How can we do that? We basically created ClaimWizard out of our claim system that we had customized for years before that. Really what this allows you to do is work remotely in times like this, which we're getting a lot of phone calls with people in the public adjusting industry that are all of a sudden realizing that they have to have remote staff to help them. ClaimWizard's already set up for that. We currently are helping public adjusting clients from Canada to Mexico, Virgin Islands to Hawaii, rolled into one product that everyone can use. So if you're looking for a workflow management solution for your public adjusting business, maybe we can help. But with that said, I really want to help you with your existing business right now. You don't have to be a ClaimWizard user in order to get all of the benefits of what we're about to cover. So what happens when disaster strikes your public adjusting business? And right now, all of us are on lockdown. Your clients are on lockdown. Your business is on lockdown. Everybody needs to be cautious. It makes it very difficult to do your job, let alone to prospect for new business. Business as usual really doesn't apply right now. So again, like I said, based on the 20 some years that I have experience with working with public adjusters and small business marketing and growth strategies, because that's kind of where my heart is I'm going to kind of put together some of these things for you. The first thing I'm going to suggest is that you should absolutely share what you know. Stay within your zone of excellence, your zone of genius. Don't go spouting medical things if that's not what you know. But what you do know is how to mitigate and survive disastrous situations. Normally they're with catastrophic events or, property damage, but, those skills also apply to this. The next thing is reach out to everyone. You don't know who needs your help right now. You don't know who needs to hear the information that you have to share, to know your expertise. People at home, they're captive audiences, but they're also desperately looking for help and guidance and direction. We have public adjusting companies calling us daily, hourly, every 15 minutes. How do I do this? How do I go forward? Please help us, give us some direction. You need to be that voice of responsibility to your clients and people that you know as well. So the third thing is please don't spread fear and misinformation. Don't take kooky websites or memes and share them out to people. It's not the right time to get fear panicked up and whipped up in people. Share, approved government type CDC information. Don't add fuel to the fire. It's just not a really good thing to do. You need to be that voice of reason and calm for people. And the last thing I'm going to say is take this time to plan ahead. I know things are really scary right now, but we're all dealt the same deck of cards right now. So if you just kind of sit and stay calm yourself and think this through, a lot of the things that you normally find yourselves too busy to do within your own business, now is a perfect time to kind of take that bull by the horns and point it in the direction that you want to. So first, we're going to start with share with what you know, right? So right now, everyone is uncertain about the future. From folks that work at drive-ins at fast food restaurants to CEOs of large corporations to all of us in between, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen health-wise. We don't know what's going to happen with economics going forward for personal people and for businesses. So please know that everyone is in the same boat as you. But I will say, as a public adjuster, you should be accustomed to already helping people through these very stressful situations. Yes, the cause or the peril is different, but the stress and the uncertainty is still the same. So please try to be a light for others, help other people, share what you know, and share your knowledge. It's really the strongest thing that you can do right now. So next is reach out to everyone, and please do not sell to them. Let them know what you do, because people are going to be reaching out looking for information right now on all sorts of things, especially their homes and buildings and properties, because they're in them nearly 24 hours a day now. Do not sell. Let them know who you are, what your history is, how you care, but don't sell. Hopefully I didn't sell before to you either. Another suggestion that I have is that based on, either quarantines or social distancing, people want to see a friendly face. We don't care if you're not in a perfectly staged video production room or anything like that. Send personalized video emails. I have been using a company called BombBomb. BombBomb.com is their address. You can just do it with a simple webcam or your cell phone, but you take your emails and you make them really personalized to people. They like to see your face. They like to know that you're listening to them. And to me, some people type more, they like that. Some people like video, some people like phone calls. But video is a really quick, easy thing to do to stay in touch with people and let them know that you're talking about them. Next is when you're reaching out to someone, don't just reach out to them. I'm sure you've gotten a million emails saying how we're preparing our company for COVID-19, etc. Well, that's great, especially if they're a company that needs to interact with people, such as my local grocery store, H-E-B, down in Texas, has been sending us email updates to say how the front lines of the grocery store, how they're protecting us and their own staff, wiping down carts, doing all that. That makes sense to me. But if you're a movie theater or, online business only and you never interact with people, I'm glad that your staff is safe, but basically tell me how I can be safe, like as a recipient. So I want you to create something useful to send to your clients and your potential clients and just the contacts. So even at this point, I said just to the people don't even clients, have you given us money? Have we done business? Or I'm trying to do business with you. Kind of let that all slide and let's just look at the humans at this point. So create something useful to send to them so that you have a reason to touch and to reach out to them. And I'm going to give you quite a good number of ideas here in this video. Again, the next one is video calls seem a little more welcoming today than in the past. I have small business groups and friends and business in the public adjusting industry and all kinds of subsets of people that I know, as I'm sure you have groups of people in your life that you know as well. And we're all craving human faces and smiles and funny jokes and things like that just to kind of break the ice. But if you want to talk to clients, ask them if they want to do a video call. Sometimes it's a little nicer to just see a person and hear their voice than to just get a cold email in your inbox. And the last one is actually send letters. So there are some ideas in here that you can kind of use to stock for going forward. But since you do have this time and hopefully a lot of printer paper, you can actually send, old-fashioned letters to your previous clients or people that you know. Come up with something meaningful and timely to what's going on now, and then customize every single one and send them out to some of your favorite people you've ever worked with before. People want to know that they're not forgotten. I'll be quite honest. So I think that little step goes a long way. The next one is please don't spread rumors. I have heard some crazy rumors right now going around by people that are very uninformed or see things on the internet that have been formulated to look like truth, but they are not. So please don't spread fear. Don't stick to what you know. Help people with their any losses that they come up across, but above all else, kind of be that voice of reason and don't spread the misinformation. But along with, don't do the bad stuff. I want you to do more of the good stuff. Build trust. This is a really good time for people to kind of look around and see, who's willing to help. There's that, meme that goes around about Mr. Rogers that, when something goes, I'm paraphrasing, when something goes bad, look for the helpers. Be that helper. Be that Mr. Rogers helper. Help them build trust. Your business clients right now are losing their minds. Please help them in any way you can. And if you can't help them, at least let them know that you are there for them. So this is really kind of what I wanted to cover a lot in this video is take the time now to plan. If you are on restrictions and can't get into properties to do inspections, if your office staff is scattered 4 ways to the wind kind of thing, take this opportunity. And especially if your soliciting is kind of like heavily, crippled right now, take this time to do some other things besides, binging on Netflix or cleaning your house or whatever people do while they're stuck in the house and can't go out. Take this time to really work in your business. Catch up on general filing and data entry. I hear, before all this craziness came through, I hear from clients every single day that I just don't have enough time to do this. The paperwork is the soul-sucking part sometimes of this industry. Take time now. Catch up on your filing. Catch up on your data entry. Take some more time to actually clean up some information that you're keeping about, your work going forward. The second suggestion I'll make is take this time to come up with a master set of documents or templates if you use ClaimWizard. Get your proof of loss, your welcome letters, right? So everybody, that needs a proof of loss probably has one that they're working with. Not a lot of people that I work with have really good, robust welcome letters. So when you first sign that client in that first, whatever, honestly, I believe that you should get a welcome letter out in some capacity, email or mail, to your client within that window of the policy cancellation legal limit. So if they can cancel their policy in 48 or 72 hours, whatever it is, you should absolutely be sending them a welcome letter that they get before then. And I also strongly believe that in that welcome letter, you should give them some things to do. Go get your declaration page. Here's a worksheet that maybe you can start doing inventory of your house. Make them feel like they are an active process with you, a partnership of getting their claim settled before they have a chance to cool off and think you're not doing anything and want to cancel their contract. But even so, get your paperwork in order. This is a great time to go through, make sure all the formatting is the same, that your mailing address is correct on all of your documents, things like that. You'd be surprised when you look at the same documents over and over, how you kind of gloss over errors or omissions. Take this time to fix that. Number 3, absolutely, this is where I live in ClaimWizard, is take a look at your claim process. See how long it takes you to do things. Are you doubling up? Are you doing things too early, too late? Are duplicate people doing the same task? Are tasks falling through the cracks because the communication between them is not very good? So really take a look. Get a pack of Post-it notes, stick them on a wall, write out your process. See how your business works. In reality, I tell people this all the time. In reality, what a public adjuster does is exactly the same as a property person can do, a property owner can do. Only obviously you know all the ins and outs of it much better than they can. You also provide at a basic level the same exact services as every other licensed public adjuster in your area, in your state, in your country. Think about how you can differentiate yourselves. And process is a good chunk of that. When you get your process down, communicating that process up in your welcome letter to your clients to say, this is how we do business and this is how we're going to take care of you, goes so far as building trust. The fourth thing that I'm going to say is go through and audit your settled claims and look for any recoverable depreciation that you can be working for. This is something I see a lot of people miss until it's too late. Make sure you have your recoverable depreciation deadlines in there correctly. If you use ClaimWizard, you could literally click 2 buttons and get a report on everything, and then you can follow up from there. If you don't use ClaimWizard, go through your files manually, whatever you have to do to calculate those dates, and start working towards recovering some of that monies for your clients and for you. The fifth one I'm going to say is actually work on getting your license in additional states if that's something that you're working towards. I know very sadly a lot of or all of the industry events for public adjusting, such as the national events and a lot of state or regional events where people have the opportunity to get continuing education credits, have been canceled or postponed. If you take a look and see, do you need credits? Where can you get them? When's the next conference that you can sign up to get those credits? But I think also maybe taking this time to get licensing in other states might be good as well, a good use of your time so that you can help more people going forward. Oh, and number 6, join a state or national industry association. They are working so hard right now, not only to keep you educated and informed, but to really work very strongly with local and national governments to strengthen consumer laws and to really help public adjusters out. If you need any information about what kind of is going on in the world with that, feel free to email me at lyoung@claimwizard.com, and I will gladly send you across the resources that we have. And number 7 is get your marketing plan in order. This is a great time to figure about when we can finally kind of go out in the world and hopefully people are safe, how you can hit the ground running to recoup some of the lost income for now and to strengthen your business going forward. Because the sad reality of this is not every small business and not every small business in this industry is going to survive this. Planning ahead and getting things in order is what it's going to take to be strong on the other side of this. So with that said, I would like to say, take this time to ramp up your marketing efforts. And I've done a lot of work over the years in the some real estate, a lot of HVAC, restoration, electrical, definitely plumbing, definitely some smaller construction like carpentry, finishing, and stuff like that, those industries, to help them with marketing. There are a lot of parallels between their industries and ours, only because we all serve the same end client, which is property holders, right? So what I want to say is these numbers have actually shifted drastically in the past 3 years. The last time I went and collected these numbers, traditional marketing, most people, especially in HVAC, electrical, plumbing, that sort of thing, were spending 60% of their money in traditional marketing, like yellow pages, radio ads, direct mail fly, like the whole, zip code, spam a zip code with Valpak and things like that. It was 60%, and now it's down to 25%. And the reason why it goes down so drastically is because the results just aren't there for the money and the time that they're spending on this. Digital was much lower than 45%, and now people's money is going into digital. And what does that mean? There's what I call the trifecta of website, email, and social. And then, of course, paid ads for Google, the PPC, and the Facebook ads. Those are really the 2 big players in the market right now. And we'll touch upon that a little bit. And 30% guerrilla marketing, I like to call it grassroots marketing. So these are a little more unconventional ways of marketing, things that you can do yourself rather than needing to hire a traditional ad agency or a digital agency, which you still need to kind of go across all 3 of these. You never want to put your eggs in one basket. But we're definitely going to talk about grassroots things today because these are some things that you can do right now. They have a low cost to start up and a very fast time to get to market. So you can start getting these things out right now while you also ramp up digital and traditional, because those do have a bit of a longer tail to get started. Okay, so what does traditional marketing mean? This is definitely playing the long game, right? So you need this, I'll be honest. Public adjusters, in my opinion, over the decades, the biggest hurdle is people in general not understanding what a public adjuster, what your services do, and how it can help them. If they understand what a public adjuster is, they're all for it. But, traditional marketing, in my opinion, is really for consumer education and name recognition of your company, but of public adjusting as well. The thing about these is you have to set them up well in advance. This isn't something that you can decide today to start and by Friday it's done and there and working and getting you leads. It's just not how it works. It takes a lot deeper marketing tactics. It takes a lot longer to execute. You also have to kind of be into it for the long haul. It requires a commitment to see results. Just like a billboard, you can't put up today and decide you're going to put a billboard up today, get it up by Friday, and then start seeing, extra leads on Saturday. Not only does it take a long time to get up and running, but you have to keep reinvesting in that medium of whatever that marketing is for a long time in order to see sustained results. It is definitely worth it, but just know it is never a quick fix. Next is digital marketing. Digital marketing 24/7, exactly to the right prospects. So rather than something like a Valpak mailer that it could be hitting an apartment complex with people that don't have renter's insurance. So there's really nothing for you to help people with there. Digital marketing allows you to really focus in on a persona of the type of person that you would like to help. So really what I've broken it down here is, how and how to do it and what kind of medium to do it on. There's a catch to it though. You get to pick two: fast, easy, and cheap, right? Everybody's heard that. So it can be fast and cheap, but it will not be easy. It can be easy and cheap, but it won't be fast, or whatever the other, mix up of that is. But just know that you can't do it fast, easy, and cheap. You really have to, pick where you're going to go with this. The next is slow, hard, and expensive. You get to pick, if you pick one below, if you pick just a website or just email or just social media or just paid digital, like paid digital meaning advertisements, PPC, that sort of thing, it will be slow, hard, and expensive. I guarantee if you pick just one of them, you will have slow, hard, and expensive. But going a little further on this, think about the things that you're looking to get out of this. If you want recurring results, you need something that is going to have permanence on a website. If you've ever used Instagram, or I should say Instagram, not so much, maybe like Snapchat's probably a good thing. It's what we call ephemeral, right? It's there, the information is there, and then it goes away. Instagram stories, they're there for 24 hours and then they go away. So if you've used that sort of thing, you understand that. Even Facebook is very difficult to find information from long ago that you're looking for. So that's what we call ephemeral. It's there and then it goes. You're looking for permanence, something that people can always go to no matter what and find information very easily. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about websites, right? Reoccurring results. It's there all the time working for you, building on itself as far as Google search results and things like that. Websites are highly customizable, and they should be. I named this video When Disaster Strikes, almost as a little tongue-in-cheek, because I cannot tell you how many websites of public adjusters that I go to, and it has a lightning strike, and it says When Disaster Strikes on the front. You do not look any different than anybody else in the industry when you do that. Please customize it. Please customize your About Us page. Tell us who you are. Show your face. I know that you're not the, young professionals, everyone lining up, giving the thumbs up in front of a big glassy window. We know that's not you. If you're a one-person show, tell us how that relates to being personable and caring to the client. If you're a team with, multiple generations of experience, tell us, show us. This is a human industry. People want to work with humans. So please customize your website accordingly. And websites are highly trackable. Google Analytics, you can see where people are clicking. If you don't understand any of that, find yourself a really good web and SEO shop, and they will definitely be able to help you set that up and understand what these reports mean when you see your click rate is going up or your bounce rate is going down and things like crazy terms like that. Let them explain to you what that means for your business, because some numbers going up is good and some numbers going up is bad. So you want to know. Websites are not quick to execute. If you get a quick Wix site or a quick GoDaddy site or something, that's great, but it still takes time to build on its reputation online to start getting results. The next is email. And by this, I mean email marketing, such as Constant Contact or MailChimp. We use MailChimp and love it. I also use BombBomb, but that's more of a one-to-one or one-to-small group of emails because they are personalized. Email lists are very quick to execute. If you are a ClaimWizard client, you can easily run a report that will export all of your clients or your contacts or vendors and things like that, and your prospects, and you can set up 3 different lists, and you can send them kind of email blasts, and that should definitely take under a half a day to set up and get executed, and that can start seeing more immediate results. Emails will not give you reoccurring results. And by that, I mean the one specific send of the email. Everybody's inbox are just flooded with things. They're going to read it or they're going to not, and they're going to go on. They're not going to save that email to read for 2 weeks from now. So reoccurring of results lasts with email in the capacity that if you keep sending email, you'll get results. But if just one and done isn't going to cut it. Email is also highly customizable. As you start to dive into some of the features and maybe link it with your website, you can customize those emails for people that have interacted with you in the past or not, or even so much as when you export from ClaimWizard, what peril they had that you worked with. So you can send all your fire clients one type of email and all of your windstorm clients a different email. So you can get customized with that. And lastly, email is highly trackable in the fact of you can see if it was delivered, if it was opened, and what links they clicked on. Third is social media. I do not believe that social media is quick to execute because it does take time to follow up an audience or followers. Buying them is not advised because those people on the other end are never, or those bots on the other end are never, ever going to purchase your service. So I definitely think that that's something that it does take some time to build. As far as reoccurring results, absolutely. There are many times where I'll go to a particular company's Twitter feed, Instagram feed, those sorts of things, Facebook page, and read back prior information that they've sent. So try not to send the same thing all the time. It may look like it's jumbled up and mixed in feeds and things like that, but when they go back and read your information, it all looks like copy and paste. And I will say ClaimWizard's a little guilty right now. We are helping clients, or not so much marketing on social media. So this is kind of where we need to improve as well. So if you have any suggestions on how we can improve, please let us know. Customizable social media, absolutely. It is very real time. You can react in real time to events that are going on in your area, in the world, things like that. You can also communicate back to people, message them back, answer comments, reply to them in Twitter and things like that. It's very easy. And for the most part, social media is trackable. A lot of platforms will allow you to either have your account as a business or a personal account. Instagram comes to mind for that. If you mark it as a business account, it doesn't charge you anything or really behave any differently. All it does is give you some statistics to see how and who has been interacting with your information. And lastly, paid digital. It is quick to execute with the assumption that you have an ongoing relationship with, say, an SEO company or a PPC company, a pay-per-click company going forward. Something when I worked with HVAC folks in Boston, just to think of one client, a past client off the top of my head, is we had set up paid digital for them. So paid ads very specific to specific types of peril events going on, that as soon as that happens, they can immediately call up their guy and say, hey, can you turn on those ads? And instantly they already knew the audience, the location, the zip code, and we knew exactly what we were talking about as far as peril goes. So in this one instance, they were in the HVAC, they wanted, when the snowstorms were hitting, when they knew the prediction of the snowstorm was coming and it was going to be very cold, they wanted people to call now to have their heating systems inspected and upgraded and do whatever, so that when the snow is 3 feet outside and the workers can't get there, or it's too hard to get materials, that these people aren't stuck in cold homes. So you have to think ahead. So when I say it's quick to execute, you have to have that plan already in place with your company that you're using. Reoccurring results, not so much. Oh, and one thing I want to say back at Paid Digital is I can't tell you how many times In the summer, I see ads in front of me about like weatherproofing your windows for cold weather. Like it's 97 degrees out currently. Like it doesn't make any sense because they just bought something and let it ride. Not only you're not going to get results in that, it's actually going to backfire on you. So reoccurring results with paid digital is very hard because ads are considered ephemeral, much like TV ads or radio ads. You hear it and then it's kind of gone. So you're going to get reoccurring results as long as you keep paying and getting it forward. But again, you can design things hyper focused based on peril, based on zip code, location, that sort of thing. And when you turn it on, you're going to get results. Customizable, highly. We just talked about that. Trackable, highly. So these things are all really helpful. I know that I kind of did a deep dive here because digital marketing is my one of my kind of areas of expertise. So that's why I wanted to give you a really good rundown of this, and then you can have some kind of food for thought going forward. So lastly, I want to talk about grassroots or guerrilla marketing. It's really a strategy born from small businesses with the advent of digital, that we can do this for ourselves. We can come up with creative ideas that make us look different from everyone else, that make us not look cookie cutter, that showcase our particular strengths to get people's attention. And that's really what marketing and advertising is, getting someone's attention at their time of need. So how I wanted to break this down is there's a couple boxes, and these are the things that I think, we have some quote unquote extra time on our hands, we can really concentrate on. Not everything is going to be immediately executable, but some stuff, you can kind of have on the back burner for that when we can go out and, and interact with other people, it's ready to go rather than starting to think about it then. So the first is print materials. If you have a great local printer, please use them. Everyone right now needs the business. We have a great local printer that we use where we are. So, we're ramping up some of our stuff as well. But if you don't, there are sites online like vistaprint.com, overnightprints.com, 4imprint.com, things like that you can use to get some of these materials printed. Flyers and door hangers. If you're low on your supply, think about going online, finding some. A lot of these places online actually have free templates that you can just use for free, fill in and kind of print and go. Think about that. So some old school flyers, door hangers. I think right now, where I used to kind of look down at door hangers a little bit, I think going forward, door hangers might be really good if done properly. Hello neighbor, glad that we can go outside now. If while you were, stuck in your house, you notice damage that you may want to have fixed, call us, etc. I'm just kind of coming up with that off the top of my head. The next is promotional business cards. And I don't mean just the ones that have your name and license number on them. I mean ones that may have geared towards the type of person that you're talking to. The type of information or the card or the information that you share with a homeowner is probably different than what you would share with a real estate agent or a manager at a HOA or a property investor. So think about taking business cards and having pieces of information on them that are unique to the type of person that you're giving it out to. I think that would be really helpful. And then, of course, the last one here is targeted direct mailings. So there are lots of ways that you can get mailing or email lists of new homeowners, of people about to put their house on the market, of all sorts of different things that you can kind of target specific neighborhoods, but target specific house sizes, building sizes, economical finance backgrounds, whatever it is, you can get a targeted mailing list on that so that you know that your efforts are not being wasted when you lick a stamp and kind of or send an email. The next is getting your digital assets in line. And this is the one right now that you want to concentrate on that I'll be going into. This can be done right now. You can think of an idea this morning and have it executed and put out into the public by this afternoon, if not sooner. These are things that are immediately actionable that you can be working on. The first I want to say is a helpful web series, a video or web series, which is what we're starting on. And us here at ClaimWizard wanting to help our clients is kind of what motivated me to share this and create this for you. Think of the things you can do, and we'll have some suggestions on that in a couple of slides. don't worry about fancy backgrounds or whatever. Just, look fairly presentable and get on a web series. You guys have so much knowledge. Share it, share it, share it. The next I'm going to say is create a blog. If you don't want to be in front of a camera or behind a camera, create a blog and start sending. WordPress.org is a great place. Wix allows you to create blogs. There's lots of places, and maybe not just a blog, but maybe use your Facebook page as a blog and post information and articles there and let Facebook do its magic and spread it around to folks. The next one here, just the top of my head thing that I came up with was write an ebook. There are lots of opportunities for you to come up with very short, concise topics and write a, 20-page ebook on it. Give it away, sell it, do whatever you want to do, but just get the knowledge out there for people so that they can kind of keep you top of mind, but you can help them going forward. The third thing is network connections. Think about taking this time, and you're going to see in a little bit how I mix and match these all across too. Take this time to reach out. Homeowners associations, okay, real estate agents are reeling right now, absolutely in a shutdown. And that's the type of thing that when that gets shut down, that has a trickle forward effect for months, if not years. I know right now I have lots of friends in the real estate industry, varying ways, from property investors to agents to everything, home staging people to everything in between. And all of these people are feeling it. So if you think about it, right now, this time of year, March should be when people are getting their homes ready to go on the market. So they're going to sell once their kids are out of school, look for the summer for a new house, move in for a new house for the fall so their kids can be in a new school system. That has completely broken down right now. Anything you can do to reach out to real estate agents to help them and even strengthen your relationship with them is a key bonus. Next is come up with ways to offer free home inspections, policy reviews. I see this a lot of time in what we have, which I was actually going to do that now, but I decided to turn it into something else. But something we call blue sky marketing, or I call blue sky marketing. That is a phrase that I have coined for this industry to say when there's not a huge catastrophic event happening, because business is literally falling in your lap when skies are blue and the weather's great and there's nothing crazy going on. When it's blue skies outside, how do you keep your public adjusting business running? So we have lots of information on that. Some of what was in there is now in here. But home inspections, policy reviews is part of blue sky marketing. Think about what you can do virtually. Think about one sheets or video series that you can do that will help people, walk through their own home and see if there's any damage. Because if they're going to call you out to, a house with no damage, it's kind of a waste of your time. But if they can kind of look themselves and see hidden damages and things that instinctively to look for, they're going to vet themselves basically into seeing if they're good clients, or maybe things are not worth taking a claim, so you can kind of point them in the right direction and see how they can help themselves. And the other thing I will say is call your old clients. That call to check in on them, whatever. Don't sell right now, but just check in on them, but definitely rekindle those network connections, those great clients that give you great referrals that you are just too busy to call and thank. Do that now. Call your great clients with or give them a video email, the bomb video email. Like, think about mixing, matching these. And as far as big ideas, right now might be a good idea to kind of up your branding game. If you don't have any visual branding, if you don't have t-shirts, if you don't have great business cards, if you don't have a magnet for your truck, all of these things, think about what you can do right now so that when you're ready to go and cash flow doesn't feel so scary, you can kind of hit the ground running with that. One of the other big ideas is community events. I know right now you can actually run them virtually. Run a Facebook Live, with all your folks and kind of do a town hall. And a lot of these ideas can be done that way. But think about how going forward you can build community events. So when people can kind of come out to the light of day and be with each other, you are there to help them build community. Think about house clean out events. Maybe help sponsor a neighborhood garage sale, or lawn sale, that sort of thing. So be there for people. Because I know for me, for one, we are cleaning out our house and we have a whole lot of stuff we have no place to put right now or give away or sell because of the way things are. So be that person that helps coordinate them for your neighborhood and your areas. And there's lots of other ideas on that as well too. And right now, a digital mastermind group is key. Talk to vendors in your area that you get or give business to on a regular basis. They are all hurting as well. Come up with a digital mastermind group. ZoomUs.com, the Zoom app that everybody talks about. They have, basically given everybody free unlimited accounts or very close to it. Use Zoom or even Facebook. Facebook has video chat and things like that. Come up with a mastermind group with other like businesses that you enjoy working with and see about how you can help each other right now. Okay, here come the duds. This is something that not a lot of people like me to talk about, but we're going to talk about the duds when it comes to marketing and advertising. Old school and not so cool is always what I say. I was actually shocked to hear in certain areas of the country, specifically after catastrophic events, that it is still very common to do drive-bys. Hire some kid, some pizza delivery kid. Actually, this part probably isn't so bad, but pizza delivery kid or somebody's kid home from college or whatever, to drive through neighborhoods and look for blue tarps and knock on doors. I'm sure it works. But how much time, how much gas, what is all of this going just to net one small claim? Maybe drop information off at their house, but, I really don't know how much the blue tarp drive-bys are, how well of a use of your time that is. Another thing is billboards. I don't think to date in all the states that I travel to that I've ever seen a public adjusting billboard. Attorneys love them. And attorneys and lawyers and real estate agents, they love them for a reason. It's because people recognize their face. So when that time does come that, say, hey, I recognize you. And, real estate agents are really famous for putting advertising on shopping carts in the grocery store. I don't necessarily think in my experience that they are great returns on investments. So the money you put in them probably isn't worth the money that you're getting back out of them. So billboards, not so much. Cold calling, no. How much do you like getting cold calls? Email's a little different, I'll be honest, because it's a passive type of communication. So it's not, people can consume it on their schedule. Cold calling does not work. If you have warm leads, prior clients, you want to follow up, there's a relationship there, even if it's a little cold, that's fine. But cold calling people out of the blue, not going to work in this industry. And the last one is television. I actually see television, and I should say Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages probably don't even exist anymore. There are better variations for directories online. ClaimWizard.com is one that comes to mind specifically for our industry. I love them and it works. But things like television or even radio ads, you have to spend so much money to produce the medium that you're going to, the 15-second commercial or 30-second commercial, and you have to air it so many times for people to even remember that they saw it, let alone happen to hit the right person at the right time in their time of need. So television is a huge waste of money, in my opinion, for this industry. If you're Doritos and want to run it during the Super Bowl or something like that, or Pepsi or Coke, sure, they have the money, but we're all small businesses with tight wallets, so absolutely not, in my opinion. All right. Breathe, everybody. So what do you do now? So these ideas are great, but the action is greater, right? So let's talk about what we can start today to do. I'm going to start down, kind of in the 5 o'clock. Call all your vendors. How are they doing? Don't necessarily commiserate, everything's miserable, the sky is falling. Yes, we know that. Let's stay positive. Positivity is going to grow your business in the future. Call your vendors. Maybe they need help with something. Maybe their businesses are booming. I can say from experience here at ClaimWizard, public adjusters that use our system, that are our clients, are booming right now with business. And it kind of took me by surprise. I know that when catastrophic events happen, that the public adjusting industry gets busy. I honestly did not expect it to get busy right now, but it really is. So if it's not busy for you, let's take a look at doing some of these tactics so that you can get busy, because there is work out there, and apparently there is a lot of work out there for public adjusters. Call your vendors. The same probably holds true with them. How can you help them? How can you support them? Next up, if you're a ClaimWizard client, you can very easily export all of those email addresses, pop them into MailChimp, pop them into Constant Contact, whatever product you use. Do not send mass marketing emails from your regular email address. You will get your account shut off, I can promise you that, or flagged for spam. And it's really, really difficult to kind of climb out of that hole for that, because once your account is flagged as spam, there's literally like global consortiums that you have to kind of bide your time to get off their blacklist. It is not a pretty sight. The next one, this little one, and it's such a tiny little thing right here. Get the facts on business interruption insurance. I will say HawaiiPublicAdjuster.com. Robert Jocelyn wrote this gorgeous letter, and it actually, he put it on his website for his clients. It's amazing, like how to go through what types of business interruption are important, what all the different variants of business interruption means, because some of them can help right now and some of them cannot. There are attorneys up in New York that are dealing with this, that have put some information out. Jonathan Wachowski, I know he's been sending messages out to some of the state and national associations that he's a part of. He has amazing information on business interruption. So does the Merlin Law Group blog. They have great information on how to read and discern and how to actually start getting business interruption claims going for your clients. Those three are just amazing resources. Absolutely. My gut instinct on this is that's where a lot of the business is going to be right now for this, is the business interruption. The next is create an ebook that you can give away for free, or even sell it on Amazon for free, or for 99 cents or whatever. People are reading, they're getting on their Kindles, they're looking for information. If you like to write, an ebook might be a really good way to do it. It is not any more difficult than writing a Microsoft Word document. So definitely look for information online about how you can kind of create an ebook and give it away, or even sell it. But honestly, I'd give it away at this point. Next up is call your former clients and check in on them. Send them the bomb emails. Call them. The emails are a little quicker, but calling some of your big favorite ones might be really nice too. Hearing or seeing a friendly voice or in friendly face is a good thing to do right now. The next one is share advice that you have on your local Facebook or your Nextdoor. And Nextdoor is hopping right now. We happen to live in a very populated area, which is why we moved here. We have kids, versus our extremely rural area that we lived before that took us 35 minutes to get to the grocery store. Facebook neighborhood groups, but especially Nextdoor, are huge right now. If you have the ability to help people, help them online as much as you can, but they are a captive audience and they are looking for help in any way that they can. Next one is think about starting a weekly, or however often you think you can do it, a YouTube live or a Facebook live show. There are some public adjusters out there that are doing great jobs with interviewing other experts in their industry, other vendors, attorneys, roofing guys, prior clients, and kind of walking, talking with them and saying, how did the process go? How hard was it to adjust your claim? How did you get your kitchen rebuilt? Things like that. People want to see people like them. So think about doing some video. I am sitting here, I'm a captive audience. We all love to watch it. And then the last one is just think about emails lists that you might have gotten from trade shows that you've attended, home shows, things like that you never bothered to email. Get their lists together now. Even if you're not emailing them immediately, at least you can kind of get their names in a list and figure out the platform, MailChimp, Constant Contact, that sort of thing, so that when you're ready to go, everything is ready, for a push of a button for you. Okay, so what are some of these immediate things? Like, Lynette, tell me exactly what I need to do right now that I can do. Number one is start a webinar. We like webinarninja.com to use. Start a webinar that people can sign up for of how they can read their insurance policy. Go through the sections, explain like this is what your declaration page means. This is what whatever. Teach them how to do this on a high level. Obviously, you don't want to offer legal advice because we all know that that's not allowed. Maybe you can get an attorney on with you that can offer legal, generalized, non-specific legal advice. Help people figure things out right now. The next up, a very specific idea, is do a video series on how to inspect your property. You can do it from your phone. Do it either as a webinar series or a video series that you pre-record and edit. But if you don't want to be that fancy, do it on a Facebook Live. It will stay there after it's live. People can go back and watch it whenever. You can do the same exact thing on YouTube. If your account is up and set up, you can do a YouTube Live and then people can watch it days, weeks, months, years later. Go through, show them how to inspect or things to look for around their hot water heater, around their pool filters outside. Teach them how to look for condensation damage or something that's coming through on the filters on their HVAC system. Teach them and show them to say, hey, if you see this, you may want to call a vendor, call a public adjuster, help us, do the deeper dive to look for damage for you. Same thing to do with if you're talking about residential versus commercial or even rental properties. Think about segmenting them out as much as you can. And the third thing that I see actually my real estate friends begging for information on is Facebook Live series. So maybe you do it every Tuesday or whatever you're going to do, specifically for industry professionals. My friends in real estate, property managers, even unrelated to our industry, the wedding, the vacation, cruise industry, all of those are reeling on their own accord. But think about our industry. Think about dry out, resto, real estate, property managers. What do they need to hear from you? Help them. So make video series content that is specifically for their industry of however you can help them. Like I said, people kind of know what I do and they don't understand what I do here at ClaimWizard, my personal friends, but they're, the real estate agents specifically are saying, please help us, please point us to resources that we can learn from right now that will help us be stronger when this is done, because we have to recoup money as fast as possible going forward. So give them those resources. Okay. So that's about it for our video. This is the first time I've done one like this. I really wanted to help people as much as I can. I also wanted to give a huge, huge thank you to healthcare and emergency services, police, and everybody right now, because it is crazy out there. And I honestly am praying for all of you. I have friends that are sick right now. I have friends that have coronavirus. I have friends that are in healthcare. Please be kind to them. Please listen to them. This is no joke. And I also want to give a huge shout out to retail workers right now. I have some gaming friends, D&D folks that we play with that are, cashiers at H-E-B, which is Texas's, second religion for a grocery store. They are helping as much as they can. Please be kind to them. Please help keep them safe. They are working as best as they can. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for helping. If you know anyone in these industries, give them a virtual high five for all of us. If we can help you in any way, if we can support your public adjusting company, I'd like to pay it forward. Give us a call. Email is probably easier, lyoung@claimwizard.com. We will help you in any way we can, whether or not you're a client. We don't care. We want to help everyone. Like they say, rising tide raises all ships. Thank you all very much and stay blessed.